Today on OC News.
A vigil is being held for Fullerton student-athlete Lauren Turner tonight at the Titan Stadium at 5:30 p.m.
A woman led authorities on a 200-mile chase in a stolen vehicle that ended in Mexico.
A recap into the CFA as they go into contract negotiations.
This and more coming up on OC News.
This just in tech news. First responder on
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students
at Cal State Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Hello, and welcome to OC News. I'm Isabella Lyons.
And I'm Diana Vilches. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We have some sad news to report. Several weeks ago, I reported on a scooter accident that critically injured two CSUF women's soccer players. Lauren Turner and Ashlyn Gwen were hit by a box truck while riding their scooters to campus on September 27th. Last Friday, November 7th, Lauren passed away from her injuries. Turner's father wrote on the GoFundMe page, "Our sweet Lauren fell asleep in the Lord. Our hearts are broken and our family is forever changed." Her family also said, "Lauren approached everything she did with heart and joy and had a gift for making people laugh and feel at ease." The sophomore defense midfielder from Tustin was 19 years old. Teammate Ashlyn Gwen has a long road to recovery. She has been moved out of the ICU and is conscious and has regained motor functions, and her family plans to eventually transfer her to a rehabilitation program in Houston for continued inpatient care. Her survival is considered a miracle. Our prayers go out to both families. There is a vigil for Turner scheduled tonight at 5:30 p.m. at the Titan Stadium.
A 3-hour car chase last Monday started in Ventura County, with the driver eventually crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. Yesterday, the driver returned to the U.S. and turned herself in. 29-year-old Alyssa Wilson was driving a stolen minivan from a sober living home in Thousand Oaks. The vehicle was spotted in Simi Valley. Deputies attempted a traffic stop when Wilson fled. She reached speeds up to 90 miles per hour. The California Highway Patrol took over the chase when she got on the 405 freeway. She passed through Orange County and then went southbound on the 5 freeway into San Diego County before crossing the southern border. Wilson turned herself into San Diego authorities. She was later handed over to Ventura County deputies. She is thought to have been experiencing a mental health crisis.
Every seat in the House of Representatives will be in play for the 2026 election. So what does Prompt 50 really mean for congressional maps and the future voters? Evan Fennell has the story.
Take a listen to this.
And I think Donald Trump did not expect what Californians did. He thought we would try to win an argument by writing an op-ed, maybe express disdain and concern about the country.
That was Governor Gavin Newsom speaking in Texas after Prop 50 just passed, which means California Democrats now have the opportunity to secure more seats in the House of Representatives. The lonely ballot was the only measure Californians voted on this November, and many Californians are wondering what impact Prop 50 will have nationwide.
I mean, yeah, okay, it's about political power. I get it. But it just undermines, it's another way to undermine the legitimacy and stability of our political system at a time when we have too many of these kinds of institutional and structural problems.
I feel like how we, California, act specifically in this instance will really draw a big effect on what other blue states will do. There are its drawbacks in the fact it's a bit hypocritical, considering they are doing what Texas is doing, in a sense. The best way they're going about it, in my opinion, is that they are, again, getting input from us, the citizens, through voting on Prop 50.
I feel like it's a waste of taxpayer money. I just think that it's going to take away a lot of people's voices by giving more power to bigger cities.
And leading up to the 2026 U.S. elections, where all 435 House seats are up for grabs, it's all hands on deck in Congress.
So it's when people hear this 5-seat thing, don't think 5, think 10.
The true impact of Prop 50 won't take effect until the 2026 U.S. elections. But these new congressional district maps definitely illustrate a waking debate this year. Not just about who draws the congressional district lines, but where do we, young American voters, draw the line as well. I'm Evan Fennell, OC News.
Some upperclassmen remember the faculty strike in January 2024. The strike resulted in an extension of the current contract, but negotiations are ongoing. Noah Shearson has you covered on the latest from the CFA and its renegotiations.
The California Faculty Association, or CFA, is a prominent force for many faculty members and staff. The union's objective? Protect and vouch for its members. One of their biggest complaints is wealth disparity in the CSU between staff and the presidents. They state that the lowest paid president makes 460% more than the lowest paid lecturer.
That 460% differential tells us, I think, a lot about how far we've lost the thread of the importance of public education.
The CFA is currently in the middle of negotiations for a new collective bargaining agreement after the previous one expired this summer. These negotiations aren't just about the faculty, but about the students.
Right, like I'm not in a classroom to fail half of my students. I want conditions where I can help them grow.
The CFA does a multitude of things, including protect faculty, push for social justice, and push for policy changes. But their concern is that their voices as faculty isn't being heard, and that's why they want students to speak up and help.
When faculty go to the chancellor's open board meetings and we speak, they pay very little attention to that. When students show up to those same meetings and speak, those voices are heard much more loudly.
Negotiations are underway, but an agreement is still a ways down the road. From Fullerton, Noah Shearson.
Coming up after the break, tune into what I learned about warning signs and California's vulnerability to human trafficking.
And Colin Costigan will preview action in the NBA and NFL.
And I got the weather, where I might become your biggest op after what you hear what this weekend has in store. OC News, we'll be right back.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Human trafficking is a worldwide issue, but in California, we have to be even more cautious because even though it may not seem like it's in plain sight, it's right in our backyard. I attended the Human Trafficking Task Force event where Irvine came together to raise awareness. In California, human trafficking is a prominent issue due to California's long coast, major airports, tourism, and proximity to the international border. The Orange County Human Trafficking Task Force hosted their Right in Our Backyard event to promote awareness.
About Human Trafficking 101 to give a brief overview of the problem, of what is being done to address this problem in society, and then we also want to give people an opportunity to actually hear from people who do work in this field, supporting victims and survivors who have been trafficked or who have experienced exploitation.
Human trafficking is a $150 billion industry, a criminal enterprise manipulating and exploiting its victims, even in plain sight.
People think it's like really subversive or like dark web, but even on public websites, it's very, I mean, I can give you a list of websites that's easy to go on and find on like the tracks. They're well-known tracks like Beach Boulevard, Figueroa, G Street, Harbor, Holt. It's had really well-known tracks. It's just most people don't have exposure to it, so they don't assume that that's what's going on.
With California being so vulnerable to human trafficking, it's important to recognize warning signs and know how to help.
So eye contact, energy level, withdrawn. They used to be, hi mom, loving and affectionate, but then you come close, you try to hug or touch them, they pull away. So there are physical signs.
If you suspect human trafficking, call 911 immediately and report the incident to the National Human Trafficking Hotline by calling 1-888-373-7888. From Irvine, Isabella Lyons, OC News.
The first and largest international chapter of Bayan Philippines, a Bayan Soko, held a rally Saturday night calling for overseas action against what they're calling a ghost government. Giselle Medina has more.
From the 1st to the 8th of November, an alliance of 26 progressive Filipino organizations in the U.S. called Bayan USA hosted a week of action. Following the catastrophic typhoons that have destroyed many lives abroad, the final day of their program was dedicated to a rally with the theme, Overseas Filipinos Hold the Ghost Government Accountable.
We are here today to celebrate and to join the calls of everyone around the world, Filipinos, to celebrate the National Day of Action called for with Bayan USA and the Tanggol Megate movement. So today we have a couple things we really want to talk about, and we have this full slate of people excited and agitated to share their experiences from 10 years ago to even now. So the first
I'm in front of the LA Philippines Consulate, where Bayan USA hosted the SoCal rally, which was one of 4 going on today before police intervention.
The organization's security called for a dispersal following police orders halfway into their program. Here at Cal State Fullerton, a student organization called Bayanihan Collective echoes the sentiments of Filipino-American activism, often engaging with Bayan USA.
With Bayanihan Collective, we are kind of starting as just a starting ground for people to realize there is a movement for us at a local level. I think it's what students just literally need, just to be together in community, knowing that we can fight for each other as well.
Whether on campus with Bayanihan Collective or alongside Bayan USA in their international efforts, the health of youth-led activism remains sound. For OC News, Giselle Medina.
The sunshine is all gone heading into this November weekend, which might alter your weekend plans. Our weatherman, Evan Fennell, is here to ruin our good times with some possible rain.
I'm so ready. You guys have no idea how ready I am to possibly ruin your weekend. We're gonna get just straight into our daily forecast. We're gonna get into that later. Right now, we have our current weather. We're at 72 degrees, standing at with our low of a 60. Wind's not moving too fast. You know what really is striking me though? Daylight savings time. Is that hitting y'all? It hit me so bad. You could see sunset is here at 4:49, sunrise here at 6:22. I was still sleeping and the days are going. Like I feel like where's the sun at? You know what I mean? Let's just get into the 5-day Fullerton forecast. We have right here. This is where I'm going to be your greatest friend. We have so much rain. Hold on, let me go on this side. Let me go on this side. We got Thursday coming in at a high of 73. We have 57 for our low. Cloudy skies, mostly. They say it's mostly cloudy skies. So expect that leading up to rain. I know y'all love rain. Look at this. High of 64. Ooh. 64, 62, 62. Then we got at the bottom high 50s, even some mid 50s going along. And if you're going somewhere like Camp Flogna, I don't know, somewhere where you want to have a good time over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you might want to bring a poncho, bring something, you know what I mean, to cover up. Or if you like the rain and I'm like your greatest friend right now, kudos to you. So that's what we got for our Fullerton 5-day. We have sports coming up later with Colin. And I'm going to pass it back to my ladies at the desk.
Evan, you totally ruined my weekend with that news. Cal State Fullerton's volleyball team found themselves in another Big West showdown, this time against the #1 seed UC Davis. Colin Costigan has more.
Coming off their sweep of UC Riverside the night prior, the Titans were looking to accomplish a feat they hadn't achieved since October 20th and 22nd of 2022, which was defeating a Big West opponent in back-to-back matches. In the first set, the Titans embraced their underdog mentality, winning rallies and thriving off the energy from the bench. The Titans trampled the Aggies in the first set. However, across the next two sets, the Aggies showed why they sit atop the Big West. The Titans stood no chance across both sets as the Aggies quickly pulled away, winning their second and third set 25-12. In the fourth set, the Titans brought back the same aggression they had in the first. However, after it was knotted at 19-19, the Aggies rode a 6-1 scoring run to close it out and ultimately stampede their way to victory. Despite the loss, this new-look Titans team continues to put on impressive displays.
We kind of had that talk before. It was like a digger die mentality. That's what we kind of always say in practice. So we knew we were going to go hard from the start. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way, but we gave it everything we had.
The Titans are also under new leadership this year, with head coach Nikki Cannon in her first season at the helm.
Even today, coming in, setting the temperature of that first set, and taking a really good UC Davis team down in the first set, it just lets them know what they're capable of. And now we just got to string it together and be a little bit more consistent with it.
Well, it wasn't the result the Titans were hoping for today, but the growth and competitiveness continues to grow for this young team. They have one final road trip going against Bakersfield and Northridge, looking to serve up some wins. Reporting from Fullerton, California, I'm Colin Costigan with OC News.
Well, you just heard from Colin Costigan. Now get ready to hear from him again, as he is getting ready to break down all the exhilarating action from SoCal sports this weekend. Colin?
Thanks, Izzy. Starting with the association, the Lakers faced off against the Hornets at the Spectrum Center on Monday. Let's get into it. Beginning first, dominating with the slam in the first quarter to even it up 6-6. Hey, Laker fans, I got to tell you, you might actually have a center. Moving on later on in the second, AR dribbles through the paint, gets the contact and the and one. He has been balling out. LaMelo Ball, Hornets need you, buddy. I don't know what you're doing. Either way, AR towards the end of the first half, drives through the lane again, draws the contact, and gets it in at the buzzer to give the Lakers the lead. Now, going on into the second half, you got Luka with the jelly right there. Skinny Luka, he's been a demon so far this season. He's going to continue. Luka, again, doesn't matter how much time is left on the shot clock. He always delivers, draws the contact, gets the and one. Now to finish it out, Marcus Smart with the fake and the lob to Ayton. Laker fans, what year is it? Either way, the Lakers held on to win by 10. They're 8-3 and top 5 in the West so far this season. Now moving over to the gridiron, the Rams traveled north to Levi Stadium on Sunday to take on their longtime rival, the San Francisco 49ers. Now it was a season of giving, and the Niners defense certainly lived up to that. Kyron Williams, you get a touchdown. Puka Nacua dodges a couple electricians and then a couple plumbers on his way into the end zone. You get a touchdown. Juwan Jennings, Niners are down 2 scores. What are you doing letting a guy named Nate Landman punch the ball out like that? Absolutely inexcusable. Regardless, Matthew Stafford, old guy, can still run. Finds a wide open Davis Allen in the back of the end zone to give the Rams a 21-0 lead. What was going on? Got to work on that TD celebration. Niners trying to make it interesting. Doesn't matter. Devontae Adams, still old, still got it. He's pushing 40. Doesn't matter. Kyron Williams drives through basically untouched to give the Rams a 35-20 lead. Kind of just silencing the haters right there. And then just for good measure, a wide open Colby Parkinson high stepping his way into the end zone. The Rams would hold on to win 42-26. They're 7-2 right now and are tied with Seattle for first in the Big West. Now, staying with the NFL, Week 11 is quickly approaching, and there are plenty of matchups to highlight, so let's take a closer look here. Now, beginning on this side, Thursday Night Football, it's the Jets going into New England to take on the Patriots. Now, this is not going to be a close game at all, sorry to say it. And would people please stop saying I look like Drake May? I personally know how much he's been hooping this year. He's been balling. He's been doing just about everything. But please stop saying I look like him. Either way, I got Patriots. For anybody that wants to wake up at 6:30 in the morning to watch what's going to be a pretty mid game between the Commanders and the Dolphins, I'm still taking the Commanders. Now we're going to quickly get through to it. You got the Texans and the Titans. I mean, Cam Ward kept it a buck earlier this season. We all know who's going to win that one. It's going to be the Texans. And then we have a couple divisional matchups, Bears, Vikings. I mean, Caleb Williams, we know he's a little zesty. He's still been hooping. He's been balling. I got the Bears. Another divisional matchup, Panthers and Falcons. A lot of people have been counting out the Panthers this year. I'm going to be one of them this week. I got the Falcons. Packers and Giants. Packers have such a great defense. It's pretty hard to beat that. They're going to handle the Giants. Now, the other LA team, Chargers and Jags. sorry to all the Charger fans out there, but the PTSD is going to come back again. The Jags are going to beat you in Jacksonville once again. Now, as we get over into the other side here, we have the Bengals, another divisional matchup against the Steelers. Bengals have the worst defense in the league. We all know what's going to happen. Steelers are taking that one. Another exciting matchup, Bucks and Bills. Now, the Bills just had a horrible loss to the Dolphins last week, but I believe in Josh Allen. He is going to beat the Bills. Now we have what really a lot of us care about here, the NFC West matchups. So you have the Niners going to Arizona. Doesn't matter, Jacoby Brisket, the Niners are going to cook him. Niners are going to win that one. You have Seattle and Rams fighting for the #1 seed. They're both 7-2. Going to ruffle some feathers here. I'm taking the Rams. I personally think the Seahawks are frauds. I don't care how good their defense is. Sam Darnold is not going to lead a team in the playoffs, and I think it's going to hold true in the regular season. Rounding out the last few games, you have the Chiefs going up to play the Broncos. Now, the Broncos have just barely found ways to win each week, but they keep doing it, and that's going to be the case here. It doesn't really matter how you win, just the fact that you win. Bo Nix is going to carry. And now a matchup that a lot of people I think is kind of a dud right here. Ravens going into Cleveland. We know Lamar's back. He's been healthy. The Browns have looked terrible. I'm taking the Ravens in that one. And then rounding it out, we have the Lions going into Philadelphia, Sunday Night Football. Great way to finish out the week. You know, ruffling feathers again. The Eagles have looked great, but yet again, I'm taking that Lions over the Eagles. I don't care how bad the Lions defense is. And now rounding it out for Monday Night Football, personally, the NFL, who allowed this to happen? You have the terrible Cowboys who have a sorry defense going into Las Vegas to take on the Raiders, who have Geno Smith at the quarterback. Doesn't really matter. It might draw some viewers. It should be a decent game, but it's going to be a battle of mid. And between the battle of mid, I am taking the Cowboys. And that will round up Week 11 NFL. Reluctantly have to pick the Cowboys there. But the NBA and NFL seasons will continue to heat up. Now, that's all I have for you today. I'm going to pass it back to Diana and Izzy.
What a great catch, Izzy.
I've been telling you, I would have been a wide receiver in another lifetime.
I can see it. After the break, we're in for a listen to the battling beats from Delta Zeta's DJ competition.
And we'll see what's pouring in at Starbucks for tomorrow's Red Cup Day. Stay tuned, Titans.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills. Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
A sorority is turning up the music and making new beats to raise money for their philanthropy, with a little twist of competition. Reporter Jaden Fernandez has the story.
As the music blasts all night, drawing in crowds of students, DJs are mixing it up to help support the Sisters of Delta Zeta sorority at their All Year Fest DJ competition.
You know, a lot more DJs have been coming into like our live, like John Summit, Crank That. So it's a lot more popular music now. So we thought it would be like fun for like our generation to do a DJ competition, since we do have a lot of DJs like within our fraternities and sororities.
Competitor Susie Salcido from Gamma Phi Beta sorority had the opportunity to share her craft at this event.
I really liked it. Honestly, the whole setup process was amazing, and I brought my own deck, and I really don't DJ often, so getting to do that was awesome, honestly.
Even though this was a competition, it was still all about giving back and having fun.
So this whole event is about Starkey Hearing Foundation, where we raise money to give to the charity that gives hearing to kids with disabilities. So it provides hearing aids for them. So this whole thing is about like just raising money, bringing people together for the cause, and it's like just a lot of fun.
I love doing it for the philanthropy event because I think the cause is so good. And honestly, since this is more of a hobby, I'm glad I could do it for a good cause.
As the music continued all night long, the sorority raised more than $3,000 for hearing awareness. From Fullerton, I'm Jane Fernandez, OC News.
From caffeine to animation, we'll take a look at some of the latest trends in pop culture, especially from someone who needs caffeine. Here's Julian Viejo with entertainment.
Thanks, Diana. I swear my caffeine intake isn't that bad. All you coffee lovers out there are going to want to listen up, though. It's important. Tomorrow is Starbucks' annual Red Cup Day. The holiday promotion offers, you guessed it, a free red cup. Following the success of their teddy bear giveaway last week, if you order select items from their holiday menu, you'll be given a holiday-themed reusable red cup. The promotion is available at select Starbucks while supplies last, but labor strikes could affect your chances at getting the coveted souvenir. Employees in at least 25 cities are participating in the strike, with more cities potentially being added. So if you're looking to secure that cup, I wish you the best of luck. With how packed Starbucks normally are, I'm gladly sticking to White Monsters. Switching from caffeine to popcorn, Nintendo and Universal revealed the trailer for their new Super Mario movie, as they take on new horizons in Super Mario Galaxy. Multiple cast members are returning for the sequel, including Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Jack Black. They're joined by newcomers Brie Larson playing Princess Rosalina and Benny Safdie playing Bowser Jr. The film is based on the 2007 game of the same name, following Mario and Luigi as they travel across different planets with a variety of different environments, ranging from deserts to oceans and everything in between. The film is set to blast into theaters April 2026. Keeping on the theme of movies, we're moving away from animation and into live action. Performing artist Adele is making her way to the big screen soon. She has been cast in Tom Ford's upcoming film, Cry to Heaven. The Grammy Award winner will make her acting debut alongside a star-studded cast, including Mark Strong, Paul Bettany, Nicholas Hoult, and Aaron Taylor Johnson. The film is based on the 1982 novel of the same name, following a noble and an opera singer in 18th century Italy. The film is currently in pre-production, with filming taking place in London and Rome. Cry to Heaven is expected to release in fall of 2026. That's all I have for entertainment. I'll leave it to you guys on the other side of the desk.
The memorial visual for Lauren Turner will be starting soon at 5:30 p.m. That's going to be it from us in the studio. We are going to close out the show with Jenny Guzman, who is at Titan Stadium, where people are starting to gather. Jenny, I'm sure the mood is very somber.
Thank you, guys. I'm out here at Titan Stadium Field, where in just an hour, we'll see this place glow in remembrance of Lauren Turner. She is a sophomore soccer player at Cal State Fullerton that recently passed away due to her injuries after facing an e-scooter accident on Associated Road in Yorba Linda Boulevard. Tonight, we'll be hearing from Directors of Athletics Jim Donovan, her head of coach Damian Brown, and 5 other speakers, including 2 of her teammates. We'll have more for you soon at this upcoming show on OC News.